Why have I got this accent? I don't know. It's just the accent of we full sashes, so you might as well get used to it, alright? Grave robbers are plundering the cemetery again. I'm not really masking much of you, sellsword, other than that you go there and put an end to this foolish business. Go to that cemetery, kill every grave robber you see, got it? Good. Now, I'm pretty sure we have been here before, and we're going to go and we'll find undead there if we go and do this for them. The fact, if he just said up front, you know what, there's probably undead in the graveyard and we're going to pay you a decent amount to go and deal with it, I might actually consider it under those circumstances. But all of this kind of, this namby-pambying around, blaming grave robbers, when we know full well from our last experience 2 weeks ago, or thereabouts, in this very town, I don't think it was Nut, the councilman, but possibly one of his councilman buddies here. It is, as well, 2 skulls. This is a new thing which has come in with one of the more recent patches. This now indicates how dangerous the mission is likely to be. I think it's 1, 2, or 3 skulls, so it's a medium difficulty mission, which means we can probably handle it. You know what? I mean, it's almost like we're kind of like, it's like code. They say grave robbers, we hear horrifying demon undead creatures who are trying to kill your guys and raise them as more of their own nefarious kind. What do you want to offer me, money-wise? Well, 1,070 crowns. That's basically what we got offered to deal with a bunch of useless bandits. So you're going to have to do a lot better than that. More? 1,150? More? Interesting. I think this would be more appropriate then. You are to receive 1,210 crowns when the contract is done. Alright, well, we're starting to get into reasonable territory. That's sort of a 20% increase, which leads me to believe that, as I suspected previously, that Nut knows full well that it is in fact the undead, and therefore I think he can be pushed up to, I reckon, 1,500. This is it then. You'll get 1,290. One more. If we can get to somewhere in the mid 1,350 to 1,400, I think we'll accept. Sure, I understand. 1,380 crowns. See, he knows full well what we'll be facing. I'm going to ask him for one more time. I've had enough of this! I'm sure I'll find someone else to do the job. You know what? You might well do, Mr. Nut. But, no doubt, they will be killed by the horrifying undead that they discover there. I won't risk my men's lives for such meager pay. I mean, we did push him quite far there. I probably should have taken the 1,380. I mean, it would have been good to bolster our funds before moving on from here. But you know what? We've got a history in Holnisland, and frankly, we are still a little bit suspicious and annoyed at them for the previous occurrence here. We're going to leave. We're going to depart Holnisland in that case, and we're going to travel on into the north. Back to Sea Dock. I don't think there's any point in heading down to Whitebleck, is there? Other than maybe to pick up some surface iron. Should we maybe pick up some surface iron? I mean, if we're going to trade, we might as well trade everything that we can find. And the advantage of Whitebleck, of course, is it's only a small village, so we should get a really good price for their iron here. So let's do that. Plus, of course, we get to travel Moose Ridge once again. Look, we can zoom right in on the Battle Brothers and track them as they make the journey along Moose Ridge. The best ridge that there is in all of the land, and hereabouts at any rate. I mean, there are no mooses here that I have seen so far, but I'm sure there probably are. We just haven't encountered them. They keep their distance from Battle Brothers. And most other people, peasants as well, especially peasants with monk haircuts. You got to watch out for them. Dodgy folk they are. Into Whitebleck as evening dawns. Oh, we've actually got a mission here. Look, in fact, 2 contracts are available here in Whitebleck. Quickly check for a tailor, peddler, mason, day tailor, miner, and retired soldier. No, it's the same ones as before. We could maybe visit the weaponsmith. Let's check the market for their surface iron. 229 we can buy these for. Alright, we'll buy all 3 of your surface irons. for 229, loading up on supplies, and I guess some ammo whilst we're here. And maybe some of your world-famous goat's cheese, which I believe this region is particularly famed for across the land. Excellent. Yes, we have done well there. Alright, which contract are we interested in here? In fact, look, it shows the difficulty above it, so we could take an easy contract from the people of this place, or we could take a medium contract from the noble family, and the noble family in this instance is actually House Fulsash. Fortune favours the bold. Trading and haggling can be just as fierce as fighting a war, and the House of Fulsash is a true master of cunning bargains. Alright, well, I mean, they might try and fleece us, but I don't think there's any harm in building up a bit of reputation with these guys. I mean, the noble families is where it's at, let's face it. I mean, if you're going to work for somebody, better to work for one of the noble families than for just some random councilman or another. While walking down Whitebleck's Road, a few men cry out from a local tavern, howling with laughter as they wave you over. Snickering and doubling over, they can barely spit out their news. Apparently, some nobleman has been looking for a sellsword. Interesting. But you can't help asking why they're laughing. The men go silent for a moment, and one shrugs, whilst another coughs out an answer. Because we're drunk? The men keep a strained set of straight faces for but a second longer, before bursting into laughter once more. Why are they laughing so hard? Alright, well, let's go and talk to the local lord, shall we? Sir Erland von Fulsash takes a swig of wine and burps. He seems rather annoyed. I don't ordinarily ask mercenaries to do patrols for me, but most of my men are currently tied up elsewhere. And now, it's a pretty simple task. Just go to Erlachberg and then Felsheim and return here within 8 days. Along the way, slay every man or beast that'll be a danger to the peoples of these lands. But do be sure to collect their heads. I'll be paying you by the trophy. Now, not by how many miles you've walked, obviously, because you've done patrols before. You know how it works, man. You know how it works. Why have I got this accent? I don't know. It's just the accent of we Fulsashes, so you might as well get used to it, alright? How much are we talking about here? 370 crowns in advance and another 70 crowns per head. Let's go for more per head, shall we? 370 crowns in advance, 70 crowns. Who do you think you are? No way, I'm increasing the offer, mate. Fine. You know what? Patrols can be pretty lucrative and involve various fights and stuff. 370 crowns in advance. Can you give me a little bit on completion? Now he's knocked off per head. That's not what I was. Look, let's more per head and more on completion, right? I don't think you quite understand how this works. We need to come to terms if you want to be paid for this. My offer still stands. 370 crowns in advance, 66 crowns per head, and 100 crowns when it's done. Well, where are we going? Fulsash. Can I check? I can't actually look at the map whilst we're in our negotiations. I'm sorry, Baron Erland von Fulsash. Could you possibly show me your map table so that I can see exactly how far you're expecting my men to march on this patrol route of yours? Well, I really do want more per head. We're going to insist. This has been an utter waste of my time. Don't bother coming back until you've learned some reason. Well, I mean, I guess we probably should have taken it. Where did he want us to go to? It was like Fulsash and Erlachberg. Where's Fulsash? Oh, was it Felsheim? I think it must have been Felsheim up there, look. Miles away. Miles and miles and miles away. It would have been quite the trek. And then all the way back to Erlachberg and Whiteblecht. Well, I mean, I can see why he would get a mercenary company to do that rather than sending his own men, because, you know, it's a bit of a pain. It would have been nice because we do actually want to go up into the north, and we could have gotten paid for it, and we probably would have had loads of fights along the way. So actually, I would have wanted the full 70 per head. I wish we'd been able to get back to that offer. Go back to the previous offer. Forget about the money on completion. 100 crowns, that's nothing. Fine. Right. Anyway, let us just move on. We'll head over to Erlachberg and see if there's anything in Erlachberg for us to pick up. for our great trade run into the north, and then hopefully we will actually get offered a mission. Maybe we can do a mission for these guys. They did well with their missioning in the past, didn't they? Arriving into Erlachburg, does it really matter if we arrive in at night? I suppose we could just camp till the day dawns. There we go, and head in. Erlachburg. Oops, there we go, Erlachburg. What have you got for me, Erlachburg? Well, you've still got your Fletchers, haven't you? But other than maybe buying some crossbows for people, might be interesting to issue a couple of crossbows out. I don't know, we'll have a think about that. We will have a think about that, or we could pick up some ammo whilst we're here, because it's cheap, isn't it? Pick up loads of ammo, load up on the ammo supplies. No mission here, unfortunately. Marketplace, do you sell anything good? You don't really, do you? You really don't produce anything of value. Why did I just buy all that ammunition when I could buy it for a fraction of the price in here? Alright, fine. We'll just buy all this ammunition. All of your ammos belong to us. Good, fine, let's leave Erlachburg. Well, this hasn't been terribly successful, has it? I think the south it's not for us. I mean, these traders haggling and being mean and miserly over every penny when we're risking our lives, it doesn't endear them to us. I don't mind these guys, and in all honesty, despite their poor reputation, the best ones so far, by a country mile, have been House Steinwall, disdained for their ruthlessness as they are and their greed. They paid us handsomely for our patrol route that we did for them. So I guess we'll head back up and we'll continue doing missions around here. Oh, but along the road, whilst marching down the road, you find a man with a broken cart by the side of the path. By the wagon, there is a donkey standing idle and as defeated as a donkey can look. The trader looks a little better than that, and your appearance seems to have scared him. He rears up, backing away momentarily. Have you come to take away my things? If so, you needn't kill me. Take what you want. Men, take everything we can use from the cart. No, I mean, this guy, like, he's just a poor simple man, isn't he? We're not thieves and bandits. We'll help you get your cart back on the road. You disarm the man from his fears and order a few of the Purple Scythe's finest to get the wagon back on the road. That would be, I guess, Herman, possibly, and I don't know, Erland of Schmore, possibly Erhard as well. Torleaf, of course, Torleaf is going to help. Torleaf, he would see his honour done in this instance. They make short work of it, the trader looking rather impressed by their efficiency. With his wares back on the road, he offers a few tokens of gratitude right off the wagon itself. These provisions will be useful in the days to come. We gain some bread and medicine, medicinal supplies even. Well, thank you, trader. I mean, beer would have been nicer, but we'll take your bread if that's all you've got and your medicinal supplies. I'm sure that Jonas will be interested in having a play with those and having a look at them. Supply caravan passing us by here. On up to Seadock. What are our reputations actually like at the moment? Steinwall, 53. House Horn we're actually doing the best with, 54. They like us in Seadock as well, 59, look. And Himmelsdorf, 61. They love us in Himmelsdorf. And by love, I mean they have heard of us. They remember us, because we keep going there and killing their direwolves. In fact, I think, maybe we should stop back into Himmelsdorf. Oh, we've got oh, look, it's a 3-skull contract. Do we dare? Do we dare to take a 3-skull contract? We'll quickly check for the hiring of men. I suspect it's been too soon. Oh, there's a thief here, look. Fisherman, peddler, fisherman, flagellant. Flagellant! Higher bravery, higher max fatigue, lower hit points. No, there's no tailors still. I'm kind of tempted, I mean, it's going to be like orcs or something, isn't it? It's going to be go and deal with the orc scum. Do we think our slightly under strength roster of fighting men with their current loadout of arms and equipment is sufficient to take on a 3-skull contract? I think we should. I think it's about time we challenged ourselves. You know what? We are trying to build reputation, and it's this guy again, Sir Kuno von Horn. We're fans. We're friends with Sir Kuno von Horn, despite the fact that he's like a bit of a dirty perv. Sir Kuno von Horn huffs and puffs. God damn it! He goes to his window, looking out of it. I wonder if there's any girls out there, perhaps. I had a jousting tournament recently, and there was a bit of a controversy. Now none of my knights will fight for me until it's taken care of. You ask if he wants sellswords to settle a dispute among the nobility. The man bursts into laughter. Gods, no, lowborn! I need you to handle some greenskins that are camping southwest of here. They've been terrorizing us for a while now, and I'd like you to return the favor. Does that sound like something you're interested in, or should I have to go talk to another sword for hire? Well, I trust you'll play amply for a 3-skull mission, right? Sir Kuno von Horn jingles with a bag of coins. This will be yours if you help me out on this. You're receiving 140 crowns per head you bring back. Well, how many of them is there going to be? How many are like... Alright, so let's say there's like 10. That's 1,400. That's pretty good. But the more there are, the harder it's going to be, right? I think more per head. Yeah? No way! Sir Kuno von Horn shouts, bursting with anger. You are to receive 140 crowns per head you bring back. Understand? Alright, you know what, Kuno? Chill. We've got a good reputation, me and you. You know, we've got a good thing going on here. It's good for both of us. You are asking me to go and take on orcs, greenskins, filthy orcs. I think this will be the first time my boys have fought orcs. But you know what? We're going to accept the offer, and we're going to give it a go. But that's the best that I can offer, is that we'll give it a go. What am I talking about? We will destroy them, fear not, Sir Kuno von Horn. Your fish shall be preserved and kept safe from the greenskins forevermore, for the brothers of the Purple Scythe will take care of this for you. I accept your offer. Destroy Mirkwood Marauders Camp to the southwest. Accept the contract. I would love to get some slightly better equipment before we go, but they probably don't have any. No, they don't. Unless, of course, you know, a straw hat counts as slightly better equipment. Which, sadly, it doesn't. Alright, fine. We're just going to have to take them on as we are, then. Should we try... I'd like to get the boys into good spirits before going, but frankly, I can't take the risk of somebody getting drunk. Herman, I'm looking at you. Alright, where are we going? To the southwest. There it is, the Marauders' Camp. Come, battle brothers of the Purple Scythe. We march to war with the Greenskins. Or at least to a good fight, anyway. We're not going to take them on during the night, though, so it looks like we're probably going to camp out on this little rocky outcrop here and go in at dawn. Let's do that. We'll camp right here on the rocky outcrop. It's a good, strong, defensible position in case they attack us, which I believe is possible. It's certainly something we should be tactically aware of. There we go. Morning has broken, and the mists are rising as we enter the Mirkwood Marauders Camp and prepare for combat. Orc Young and Orc Berserkers. Engage them! I was going to say I'm starting to become a little bit at ease here, but actually the dogs are just freaking me out now. I think the dogs have got it in for me. They're just gonna come barreling out of the woods when I'm least expecting it. Let's go in a different direction. Let's go out to the west. Look, there isn't very much room in the west, so maybe we can find a few things without straying too far from our protective home. Some logs and some nails, that's good. Anything else out here? I guess this is like the thick, dark wood wall beyond which the forest is too tangled.